Hello everyone and welcome back to Gaming with Ben Marco. This week I've got a fun, if extremely dark, game. The Darkest Dungeon. See, it even has dark in the name. This game is a roguelike-ish game. You don't lose if you lose your entire team, but it's still not a good thing at all because that's a lot of resources you lose in doing so. It'll be easier for me to just show you. First thing I want to talk about in the game is the art style.
Brigands have run up these lanes.
And the narrator.
Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
I love the narrator. Change of plans. First thing I'm going to talk about is the narrator, who is the guy you heard talking just then. He comments on almost everything you do in the...
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
He talks on almost every single thing in the game, and his lines are amazing. His voice actor is great, and he's amazingly well written. His lines are cool, they flow very well. He has this great feel to them. It's really, really fun. So he's a huge part of the game. He helps the aesthetics.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
His stuff lives like that. He's great. He's dreary. He's dark. He'll say a whole bunch of different things going in the situation. He'll praise you if you're doing well. He doesn't really insult you if you're not. He just starts getting depressed. He's great. Second thing I want to talk about is the aesthetic. This game has a wonderfully darkened...
There is much to be found in forgotten places.
And there's the narrator again. This game has a wonderfully dark and gritty art style. It's amazing. It's just, the entire game looks like this dark, dank, used atmosphere where everything looks just dreary and worn down. It's amazing. And for those of you who played the game, yes, I know I'm in the tutorial section. I started a new estate, a new game, just for the purpose of the review, so I wouldn't spoil any of the stuff that happens that can show up later in the game. This way, I don't spoil it for anyone. This is just a tutorial with the tutorial message is turned off. That's all it is. Wait, I love it. The art style is dark, it's dank, it's amazing.
Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Yes, thank you. Alright, I'm gonna move my guy backwards. Yeah, I love it. This art style is like one of my favorite art styles I've ever seen in a game. I'm in love with it from start to finish, and I will fully admit that. Can I stun you? Stun, please. Crud, didn't stun him. By the way, the game is not kind. You can very easily lose your guys in the tutorial to the boss, which is this guy, if you're not careful. So, it's best you deal with them this dodge. Because they will kill you guys.
Ringing ears.
Ow!
Vision.
Which
the end approaches.
May happen. Here. If I am not careful. Because I just got crit. And I don't want to get crit. Okay. You move to the back again. Ow. This is going well. Oh, die. They don't give you a healer tutorial, by the way. You don't have any luck there. Can I just cause you to bleed? I need you to bleed. Bleeding would be great. Why you not bleed? Okay, let's keep missing my knight. I'm fine. Just don't hit the knight. Not hitting the knight is fine. Hitting him is fine because he has plenty of health right now. That's not fine. Please die. Okay.
Size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Big threat out of the way. Ow. Unfortunately, I do need to deal with this corpse. Corpses will take up room on the field, by the way. So you do have to get rid of them if you want your melee guys to be able to get at the other guys. So I need to get this off the field as fast as I can before he dies. Fortunately, I can just directly shoot
The ground quakes.
Damn. Very nice. If you get a crit like that, your guys will gain some sanity back, which helps. So that'll help keep you guys going. You want to crit. If they crit, then your guys will lose sanity, and, well, you don't want that to happen, because that would hurt in the first place, and is very, very bad.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them.
Give me things.
all.
Give me all the things. No, I'm gonna open the chest first. This chest is trapped, by the way. The tutorial chest is completely and always trapped, and there's nothing you can do about it. But, tutorial finished. Please stop doing that. Yeah, I know. Ah, and that was the tutorial, and I still almost lost my team. That should tell you something about this game, by the way. Anyway, after the mission results screen, you'll see stuff like this. They get experience, they get resolved, and they either get a positive or a negative affliction. He got a positive. Cove Explorer. That's good. I want that. That's because the Cove is an area later in the game.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now. And you are bound to them.
I love the voice. Like, he's just a great narrator. Anyway, this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about in the review. This is the hamlet. This is your base of operations. This is where you can hire new heroes, which I'm actually going to do now.
Women and
I'm going to hire a
men,
Plague Seeker
soldiers and
Doctor.
outlaws, fools and corpses. All
dust.
will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
The voice. Oh, and you do have a graveyard.
Most will end up here. covered
Yeah, this
in
is
the
where like all
poisoned
your
earth,
dead people show up.
awaiting merciful oblivion.
If they're dead, they show up here, obviously, because you can't use them anymore, because they're dead. Your team can have a max of 4. You can have a max of 4 people. Then you will always start with a Crusader and a Highwayman, the 2 guys you saw me using, and you will always have a Doctor and a Vestal as your first 2 hireable people. So you can have a little bit. So this is like a decent team. That way you have a tank, a gunner, a poisoner / semi-healer, I guess would be the Plague Doctor, and then you have the Vestal, who is just healer plus holy magic. So they're nice to have. At the start, you won't have a lot of stuff to use. Like anything to use.
In
That's
time, you will know the tragic.
pretty much
extent
everything's going to be
of my
locked until you finish your
failings.
first actual dungeon. But they all do something you need. The Abbey, which you can is used to. A lot of these things are help to remove stress. Tavern, sanitarium. You guys will talk in the chat box, by the way. These are all used to like cure stress. The guild you can use to get new abilities for your characters, and the blacksmith is used to upgrade your weapons and equipment. So that's stuff like that. Obviously, the stagecoach is used to get new heroes. The graveyard is where they go when you inevitably fuck up.
A
This is
mecca
how you,
of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
I'm not getting tired of this voice actor. I'm sorry, I'm just not. But yeah, this is where you can pick your team. This is where everything just goes. This is where you start. Alright, I gotta pick my team. I want my Crusader. I'm just bringing all of them. Just get there. The usual suspects. It will give your teams unique names, by the way. It's kind of awesome. This is the mission start
The
screen,
cost of
basically.
preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Yeah, he's not kidding, by the way. I'm gonna bring a few torches. This is the mission prepare screen. You get some gold. You get all. This is you have your actual gold amount, and then you obviously pick which guys you want. So this is a very important screen. Bringing a shovel, 1 key because those are not cheap. Definitely bringing some bandages and some food, just in case. Holy water. I don't need much use. All right, yeah, and let's go. One downside to the game, I will admit, is the game is extremely creepy and dark. I personally don't have a problem with it. I enjoy the dark atmosphere. It's cool. It's fun. It's right up my alley. I love this kind of thing. It's super dark. It's just... oh, I love it. I love it, every bit of it. But I can understand why people wouldn't like the aesthetic. It's very creepy at times and can be very off-putting sometimes if you don't like that kind of thing. Ooh. And I got a torch. Give me the torch. So that's that. The second thing I don't like is, it's just really a personal thing, is that some of the enemies will spam sanity-inducing attacks. I know that's part of the game, and I know that's like all part of the mechanics and stuff, and I don't really find it like unfairly annoying. It's just something I don't really like that they'll spam it. That's it. That's all. Just a personal preference. You're gonna switch places with the Vestal. Yeah, that's it. It doesn't take away from the game at all. Not in the least. It's actually makes the game trickier and more challenging and more fun. I just personally find it a bit annoying. That's it.
As the fiend falls, a faint
Aside from
hope
that,
blossoms.
I have no real complaints about the game. Very overall, very fun game.
Back to
If very
the pit.
tricky. And dead instantly. And Oberon.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Yeah, he's not kidding, by the way. If you get overconfident, you will die. In dungeons, you will find items like this, such as a strongbox. I'm just gonna open it because it's already unlocked. Gimme. Wow, that's a lot of good stuff. But sometimes if it's locked, I would have been able to use a key to open it, so there's stuff like that. Anyway, for the final verdict. Would I say Dark Ink Dungeons is worth it? Yes. It's a very fun game. This is the PlayStation 4 version that I'm playing right now, but I have played the computer version quite a bit, and I would happily recommend either of them. They both control just fine, and they're both very, very fun. The price for either is around $25, so it's not that expensive, and it has a lot of replayability and fun if you're willing to fork over a little bit of cash for it. I would highly recommend it. I'd also highly recommend, trying it, demoing it first if you can, like I always do, to see if you like it first. Anyway, this has been Gaming with Ben Marco. If you have any comments, just email me at bengamer24@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you all next time.